First, we have to set the grid for both the sprint race and the feature race. A new qualifying format for this one as well.
Monaco qualifying format.
Yes.
Here, to all intents and purposes. An A group and a B group will take to the track sequentially, and then the fastest of those groups will take pole position, with that side of the grid being formed by the rest of that group, and then the other side being formed by the second group as we head towards the green light. Take us through who's in this one, this first group of qualifying.
Even car numbers and Group B, which is the odd car numbers. How it was determined which group would go out first was drawn at the driver's briefing yesterday. Luke Browning will be out there as well. He was 13th in practice earlier. Here comes Max Esterson. He will be out there as well, the American. Who else do we have out there? Well, Santiago Ramos is going to be out there for Trident. Casper.
Current championship second place man said there, effectively you just put less drivers on the track to wait for, but they're still going to wait for each other in the final corner of the circuit. Out there on the soft compound tyre, there were carryover tyres from the last event used by many of the field.
Positive thoughts from Luke Browning, the Williams Academy driver, who is making his way across the line where others are peeling into the pits, interestingly enough.
Stuka there, rolling through the pit lane, perhaps to move himself a little bit further back in the train. Van Hoopen and Shields also heading through the pit lane this time around. Browning continued on at what looked like racing speed there, so it'll be interesting to see if this will be the beginning of his qualifying attempts.
They wait to essentially see what time they have to beat, and here we go. Luke Browning's waiting for the rest of the field, so are they, and now Gabriele Mini almost into the back of Leo Fornaroli. No one wants to go first. Someone has to go first, but no one wants to do it.
And there was me thinking we'd had a sensible pill on the qualifying session. We are stopped pretty much. Wing it a pit.
Yeah, there it is. Good spot. Alex Brundle. So we've got Lawrence Van Hoopen, and now that's going to be a yellow flag. I imagine they're going to have to clear that debris, and we might have some. There it is. Well, someone may have collected that as a puncture to the MP. That's Casper Stuka's got a puncture. That's the 24 car Van Hoopen who's got damage. So I think we can correlate those two incidents together.
That's a shame, isn't it? That's a shame. At some point, you've got to get on with it. Clock will be stopped. 5 minutes and 23 seconds to go. Worth pointing out that if this session turns out to be farcical, Mini, you've got Browning in this session. Those are our top three in the championship.
Yeah.
You saw Alfred Lindblad watching on. He's on 113 points, sort of. This could be a really big issue for our championship protagonists in what's the final round of the year. Let's have a look at it.
Last two cars in the queue. There you go.
There's 20 persons to stop now. I broke the car. He just stopped in front of me, man.
Takers so far, 5 minutes and 17 seconds remaining on this one, and we have the first driver heading down towards the green.
And that full flying laps, we watch championship challenging Luke Browning heading down to Retterfield.
Yeah, making his way in over that first curve, over the second curve. Got to be so quick with the steering wheel and then get the power down through the exit, because it's such a long and loaded run. Clear lap for him, so it needs to try and make this one count, because you never know when someone's going to make an error and cost you the opportunity to go again. Across the line, let's see what he can do.
Browning up to the line, he will go to provisional pole position, but only for a few seconds. He's immediately beaten by Mari Boyer. Here's the man who's been lighting the timing screens. Leo Fornaroli up to the line, now has to be Josh Dufek, who's gone fastest. Will Fornaroli do it? He goes P4. Mini, can he put himself towards the top of the times? The Alpine Junior, P4 for him as well. So the three championship contenders currently 4th, 6th and 7th.
A nightmare so far for Fornaroli as the seconds tick down as he wanted. Here's Esterson. We saw it on board with Browning. Got wide through the exit of the first of the Lesmos, and that's lost him a little bit of time. Could have lost Browning a bit of...
And Luke Browning's backed off. He's decided to back off and go for one more lap here as he comes out of Parabolica. So Luke Browning has bailed from this lap, and the next one now needs to be perfect. The man to watch is Leo Fornaroli. Purple sector 1, purple sector 2, provisional pole position in this group. Here he comes up to the line. The Trident driver would be on row 7. Will this be row 1 of the grid? Yes, it is. He goes fastest in Group A, 138.287, and that will be provisional pole position for Fornaroli.
crossing the line now. Gabriele Mini up to second in the session. That will, though, be his final flowing lap. There are several drivers who just got across the line with seconds to spare. Championship contender Browning is one of them.
Row 9, this is an absolute disaster for Browning, and he's gone slower through the first sector as Noel Leon out through Rogier chicane. His teammate also in trouble, Tommy Smith, coming out of Lesbo 1 off in the gravel. But what about Browning? Keeping an eye on the timing screens to see what he does through sector 2. Has to make big time.
And Boyer has slightly improved throughout this lap so far, so it will be Boyer that will be looking for an improvement from. Browning up to 7th. Boyer improves his time, not his position, remains 5th.
We reverse the top 6 rows. Remember, Luke Browning misses out on the grid for the sprint race tomorrow. Luke Browning will start both his races from row 7. Meanwhile, his championship rivals will go off row 1 and row 2.
Well done, Leo.
Run their session in the same way. Let's see what Luke Browning has to say.
27. Wrong choice, mate. Wrong choice.
I know many of the members up and down the paddock are all racing in his memory this weekend, so that would have been very special to Leo Fornaroli. Right, we have cars on the track. 7 minutes to go. Let's go through the full list of who we're going to see. Dino Begana Gazetta, Sophia Flörsch, Christian Mansell, Nicholas Solov, Nikita Bedrin, Callum Voisin and Joseph Loak.
Let's see what they do. 6 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. Should give them a couple of flying laps if they get after it relatively.
Flying laps, and leading us across the line to start those flying laps will be Christian Mansell.
A bit of a weave then in the braking zone for Christian Mansell, so still in the build phase. He did look for all the world, Chris, like he was going to go flat out down to turn 1. You can dream.
Teasing me. Let's watch the 27 car of Nikita Bedrin. Oh, and that's the number 29 in Callum Voisin.
Voisin, head on unsafe release. Yep.
It has been noted. Still, the towing game continues.
Mansell leading the queue, and he does not want to put his foot down. So it looks like, well, it looks like we're going for a restart here.
And gone for it, and he's going to lead the field then across the line and try and get the best possible lap in.
I wonder if Christian Mansell was trying to bring it as much to the last corner as possible, just to cause a little bit of disruption behind him.
Body off, who hasn't made it through that sector of the lap. That could mean that this is it, and Mansell slowed right up, look, slowed right up and ditched the lap. Solov also slowing down and has allowed the McLaren Junior car through to continue.
So it's Zagazzetta, and that's he's stopped. Well, now it's who's got a time.
And if this is on through, drivers restarting the next lap, but they've ditched a lap which could have been their last opportunity.
Up to the line, Stenshorn goes to the top. Lindblad has got a lap in. Sami Megatunif now goes fastest. Track is clear. They will get one more lap. Zagazzetta gets going again. I don't think he'll get time to get round fastest out this session. Let's find out as they come up to the line now. We're going to see lots of changes. Solov 4th, Mansell 3rd, Montoya now goes P3 as well. Beganovic has gone to P5. Tramnitz has yet to come across the line. Joseph Loak up to 7th place. For the feature race, Leo Fornaroli will be confirmed as your pole sitter.
Done. The driver who finished a lap on that first run wasn't compromised in the second run of the times in the team truck as they continue on through the session. And here's the moment then in the Roger chicane.
Zagazzetta making a spin there. That meant he did not set a time.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching these qualifier highlights for Monza F3 for 2024. Let me know who you think is going to win the sprint race, the feature race, and who's going to win the overall championship down in the comments below. Personally, I can see Lindblad winning it all. Thank you for watching again, and please subscribe to stay tuned for more F2 and F3 content. Peace.